Hey guys, Blender Everything here, and today we have a box from ARB. Whoops. Alright, so this box is actually from Northridge 4x4. That's a company that's kind of a little bit like Quadratech, just a little bit smaller, and also they were the only ones that had this in stock. It's fitment bracket. This is, okay, Jeep JLs don't have any room underneath the engine bay, so you're not gonna get that opportunity like you would in a JK, where you can just shove an air compressor right underneath the hood of your car. You can put it in your wheel well, which in my opinion, I won't do that because I feel like I could water damage it, because I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to have an air compressor both outside of your vehicle and exposed to everything that's going through your wheel. Like, obviously there's like a panel in between it and the wheel, but I feel like there's a lot of dirt and grime that gets in there. So I'd rather put it inside of my car. And I've heard a lot about this. I've done a lot of research, and something I have found is a solution where you put it underneath the passenger side seat. So what that makes it, what that enables you to do, firstly, it's underneath the passenger side seat, because on a Jeep JL, most of them at least, unless you didn't opt for that option, you get accessory switches. And if you have those accessory switches, you can definitely connect this air compressor to a accessory switch that came stock with your Jeep. However, you still have to take that switch to your dealership to get it flashed. I don't know what that means. I don't know that word. I looked it up. It didn't work. And I think what it definitely, I definitely know what it does. I just don't know what they do. So a flashing of your auxiliary switches makes it so that you can get one of your switches to be a momentary switch, the other one click it on, and then eventually once you're done using it, like lights or something, click it off. In this case, that's what this will be. Click on, click off, but if you wanted, you could use a momentary switch as well, and it'd be fairly easy on top of the fairly easy wiring that you don't have to do, because there's already auxiliary switches. So you do have to be a little bit careful sometimes. Like, you cannot run an air compressor or winch for that matter, just in case you didn't know, without your car on, or you will most certainly kill your battery and possibly be left in a very bad situation. And especially if you have an air compressor like this, you want to make sure, I would hope everyone would know this, but you want to make sure it's not in an airtight space when you actually use it. I feel like that should go unsaid, but I don't know. I feel like there's also a lot of people out there that be watching this video that didn't know that. The air compressor needs air. So, anyway, here is the ARB accessories. We got 3 brackets here. I don't know what all of them do. Hopefully this thing has a little installation guide. But ARB is a pretty trusted company, at least from what I've looked up. So I trust that this bracket will sustain for a long period of time, and I will have no problems putting it on, especially because since it is so popular of a company, I hope they have directions here. Yes, okay, good, yes, Jeep JL compressor bracket installation guide. Oh my, that's really nice. And they even have if you have an air tank underneath the car. So Okay, there's two ways to do this. You can get a dual air compressor, which really would kind of void the need for something like this, where you have an air tank underneath the car that constantly has air in it, that has compressed air in it. Now, if you have a dual compressor, you don't need that. If you have a single compressor, which is what I'm going to get, it does not really have as much speed. And if you have something that you want to install, like a high-end train horn or something, then you could use something like that. Or if you just really want to be quick about putting out your tires on the trail. Now, there's also the possibility, I'm not 100% sure on this, but the faster your airflow is at a higher PSI, the more likely you could get a tire that is possibly separated from the bead back onto the bead. Don't mark me on that one, but I would assume that having this air tank would heighten your chances of being able to get a tire back on the bead with just the air compressor. So you have an installation guide here. It seems to have a little disclaimer. This product has been inspected and packed with care by an experienced packing operator. If you have any comments, wow. See, that's what I mean. This is a pretty highly regarded company. They leave little notes inside of your package once they've inspected it to make sure everything's good. And they give you an instruction manual. Like the Morris 4x4 did not do that, which is a real bummer because it was very difficult to do. So there's a whole step-by-step instruction guide in here, if I'm not incorrect. Yeah, there is. Telling you where to put it underneath your seat, all this stuff. I do think you might have to use, I think you might have to take your seat out, which isn't as big of a deal as you might think. Yeah, you definitely have to take your seat out for this. That's okay though. It's not a huge deal to take your seat out. Yeah, you'll have to probably drill like a little hole in the bottom of the car, but if you're scared about doing that, just look more closely, pull up the carpet to your Jeep, and look at all the corners of your Jeep, or all the low points, and you'll find that it already has holes drilled in it for drainage, so you'll definitely find a little more comfort in being able to drill into the bottom of your Jeep if you have that, but make sure you don't drill into somewhere that you really don't want to drill. So it looks like it even tells you how to connect this up easily. This is great actually, because I am not great with understanding the whole wiring process, and I'm not looking to have to pay somebody to help me install this. So it does appear that this it does appear that this product has a lot of information on how you can get it hooked up, and that's really helpful. A lot of automobile parts don't come with installation guides, and it becomes very difficult. You start to get used to it, but it becomes difficult to put stuff on your car. And if you do put stuff on your car, it becomes difficult because you're gonna have to put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off, and I have to do that with almost everything I do because they don't give you installation guides. But ARB is a really good company, and if you buy a compressor, definitely buy it through there. Not just because they're the best compressors, but because they also have pretty great customer service. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and also please share with your friends because, you know, sharing is caring.